the old days, like we've been doing this before the internet. We used to have the text catalog, which was photocopied, and then we had this guy Brad drew a bunch of line drawings, which were fucking today. I mean, looking at it even today, it's remarkably good. And then digital cameras came out, so we had digital photos, which looking back at, you really couldn't even see what the picture was. Then cameras got a little better, and then forums came out, and the guys from Lightfighter asked us to start a forum on lightfighter.net. So we stood up that tactical gear forum, and then AR-15 had a forum that they asked us to, it used to just be like slings or something, then it became tactical gear. So we posted there a lot, and you have this little warring faction, so we stopped posting on AR-15 as much, and Lightfighter was bought by somebody else, and then James started Get Off the X, so we have a forum on today, still today we have a forum on Get Off the X, but the forums are really dying because somebody has to actually go there and log in, and it doesn't trend, and it doesn't post to your phone, and it's just not as interactive, it's not seamless. You have to physically go to it to see it, whereas Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, those have pretty much just killed the forums, whereas it's kind of cliquish on the forums. You have little groups that, you know, one year it'll be some group of guys, and then the next year it'll be guys have come up and they spend all their time telling dudes, use the search function, or just fucking take 30 minutes to type an email out, being an asshole to some kid that asked an innocent question, when really, when you look back in the history, those dudes being assholes today ask the same fucking questions themselves. Motherfuckers like Egg Roll comes to mind. A bunch of just those dudes. Ass Bags was one of them, which was Egg Roll. That was his fucking boy, and he did some shady shit and got in trouble. And Egg Roll washed his hands and fucking came out unscathed from that, even though really it looked like he fucking was involved in it. So you just got these little cliques. So the social media thing has really taken off. We started our page maybe 3 years ago. SOE, Special Operations Equipment, is our Facebook page. And really, in about the last year, we went from 50,000 to 250,000. And the only thing that changed, literally the only thing different, is one day I just got tired of people getting a hold of Amanda's phone number and calling up being an asshole to her, or talking shit on forums about fucking our personnel or our people. And it almost 90% of the time was, you shipped my package to the wrong fucking address. No, motherfucker, it's an automated website. You put in your address. We ship your package to the address you put in. And not only that, before you finalize, it makes you double check it. You have to click something saying that that's the correct fucking address. So I started calling those dudes out. I literally started posting their emails, and I would send the dude a link to it. So he could come out and comment on the Facebook page, or he could choose not to, but he knew it was there. And people liked that. People rallied around it and said, man, I wish I could do that at work. Man, I wish, you know, I can't do that. Corporate won't let us do it, or my boss won't let us do it, or the customer's always right. How many times have you been standing at any place, a customer service desk, and the dude in front of you is just giving the poor kid or girl or whoever works there a bunch of shit over something they had no control over? How many times have we all been in a restaurant and it's always somebody, you know, with unwieldy fucking kids running around, ruining your fucking meal, ruining the atmosphere, but that dude's gonna talk shit to the waiter. It's always, it's the stereotypical, it's not always, it's not 100%, but usually that person is the same type of person that will take issue with us making those posts. And us making those posts, people just rallied around that. People shared that. People, it just exploded. And we always get that dude out there. It's like fishing. That shit doesn't piss us off. We ship 1,000 boxes a week. We're lucky if we get 2 or 3 of those guys that we can post. But when we post them, it's like fishing. We got that big jig out there waiting for that marlin or that fucking giant tuna to grab that fucking line. And what happens is he goes, you can't do that. And it's never the dude the post is about. Never. It's always some dude that would do the same shit. That's why he's going to take issue with it. And he'll say, you can't fucking do that. And he gets dogpiled. And within minutes, 200 dudes have fucking piled on him. We egg him on and spur him on a little bit. And what he does is, he goes out on 20 different forums that I'm banned on, or we don't know existed, and makes posts, SOE and John Willis are a bunch of assholes. And what that does is his new job, his new part-time job is fuck SOE. In Business 101, Business 102, the number one thing I took away from that class, and I took those classes after running a business for a long time, a happy customer will tell 3 people, and a disgruntled customer or unhappy customer will tell 20. You never see the happy customer in front of the car lot going, these guys are fucking awesome. You always see them out there with a sign going, these guys fucked me over. So what happens is, this dude has made a bunch of posts on, he's either a brand new dude on the forum, which people, it sends up flags and they're like, okay, this is something's up with this. Or it's a dude who has a history of posting. And usually that dude who has a history of posting, he's a fucking asshole and people know it. So when he comes out the gate going, SOE's a bunch of assholes, they look at it because they know it's going to be a shitstorm. And then a bunch of real customers get on there and go, well, we've been doing business with these guys for 20 years, or we got our stuff in 3 days, or whatever it is. And it becomes a heated issue there. Well, what happens is people like to watch an auto accident. They like to watch the train crash. So that little thread on that forum has a little fire next to it because it's a hot topic and it stays at the top constantly. Well, everybody watches that. People go, huh, I keep seeing these SOE guys. Huh, I keep hearing about these guys. They go to the website. They might not buy the first time or the second time, but eventually they buy something. They buy some little wallet or some sling or something inexpensive, and that's the gateway drug. They buy that shit, they get it fast, they look at the quality, they're like, man, this is nicer than most of the shit I have. Boom, they are now a customer. They go back to those threads weeks, months later, and they bring them back up. And those threads stay at the top always, even a year later, they'll get reposted to the top because those guys came back and go, man, I bought some shit and it went fucking perfect. And that's why we do that. It doesn't aggravate us, it doesn't anger us. That's why we drive fucking $100,000 cars. That's why we, pay our employees more than fucking the average, people in this business pay their employees. We pay ours more. We feed them. We send them to the gym. We take care of them when they have an issue or they have something, wrong or need help. Like, we're able to do that. And the reason we post all that, those bragging photos and those videos is because of those dudes. They're like, you'll go out of business. Nobody's ever heard of you. You'll be out of business in 90 days. I post those pictures as a fuck you to those people. Those people motivate me more than anything. I moved to Tennessee to work in one 30 by 30 room with 3 employees. Them dudes talking shit lit a fire under my ass. I moved here just to do a little small scale farming and preparedness type stuff and live off the land and just, pay my bills and live a small, slower paced life. And those dudes telling us, you'll be out of business, I just do that like they motivated me. I'll show you. I bought the first Porsche just to post a picture of it than because I wanted the car. I just posted the picture, and within minutes, man, thousands of people commented on that, and we gained so much hate, but it did a few things. The bitches saying we were going to go out of business came out and go, oh, you bought the cheapest Porsche. Awesome, where's your fucking Porsche? And then the dudes that own Porsches came out and go, hey, that's a fucking cool car, I have one. So now they're doing business with us. It was a win-win all around. And that's why we do it, man. It's just, I'm motivated. I had a dude that I did business with 10 years ago that I fired from my company. And when I formed back up, came home, that dude had a Ferrari and a Lamborghini and a house, and I realized I was sitting hating that dude for nothing. I was just hating him because he was more successful than me, and it fucking, I don't know what clicked or what snapped, but it dawned on me. I'm like, good on him. He earned that shit. And when I decided to do it, when I decided I wanted to get a Ferrari, or I, said I was going to do that, within 90 days, I did it. I didn't buy the Ferrari. I bought a Porsche, and then a couple months later, I bought a second one. But I saw Jones Tactical on his Facebook page saying, man, I wish I could buy a GTR. And I stopped and thought about it and how many belts we were doing that month and did the numbers. And we sold more than enough belts to buy a brand new GTR. So I posted. That was the one time and only time I posted on any of his comments was, why can you not buy a GTR? You have enough orders, and I can count the people on the internet right now talking about having ordered from you. You should have that fucking car if you want it. So I did it more as a just, haha, fucking how come you didn't do it? Here, I'm going to do it. And I came out the gate and said I was going to do it, and 90 days later I did it. So fucking stand up. Fucking make some shit happen. Okay.